If we truly want to find beauty in life, in our life, in this moment, if we truly want to find love and wisdom, then the gateway, the door is through the silence. Only when we become quiet, when we open ourselves, when we listen deeply, can we appreciate the beauty, the subtle magic that is all around us, everywhere, all the time. If we really want to enjoy a food, something we're eating, some delicious flavor, or ice cream, or whatever it may be, or to appreciate a beauty like a play, or dance, or a piece of music, or even a sporting event, whatever it is, it requires a certain amount of attention, of presence. If we're making so much noise in our mind, then we'll miss it. Even we eat the ice cream, we never tasted it once. For sure, to enjoy life, to experience life, to savor life, it requires a kind of presence. And that presence is in the silence. Not just the silence of the tongue, but an overall quietness. Instead of this aggressive controlling and forcing and imposing so many thoughts and expectations and judgments, right? Quietness is the opposite of that, to not do that. Just to rest in this space of being, this space of presence, and in that resting, in that opening, and then we discover infinite moments of love all around us every second. No, everything is love. The sun shining, the tree growing, the wind blowing, the water flowing, the heart beating, the cells moving, the space containing everything. We don't have to look far. If we look far away, for sure we'll miss it. If we try to find the idea of love in our mind, we'll never find it. This love in our mind is a fake love, like a plastic flower. It will never be real. The word flower, the word rose will never be a real flower. In the same way, all of our concepts and ideas are only leading us further from the present moment. We create some impossible fantasy, and we expend all of our energy trying to control life to fit our fantasy, and we end up frustrated, endlessly frustration. So the key is so simple: be quiet. We've been making so much noise. What has it got us? Just a headache. The wisdom blossoms naturally in the silence. Creativity blossoms in the silence. Beauty blossoms in the silence. All of life is blossoming each moment in the silence. A natural flow, an interconnected beingness. There's no separation. But we see ourselves separate and try so hard to control. What can we control? It's all illusion. We can't control ourselves. We can't control our body, our digestion, our sleep, our nervous system, the flow of our blood, our heart. Anything, nothing. It's all beyond our control. It's all happening automatically. We can't control our emotions, know how long they stay, which ones come, how it affects us like this. We can try. We can hardly control our thoughts. So what about this? This, what I call myself, is beyond my control. Not only beyond my control, but beyond my understanding. Impossible to understand what is this mystery. Whatever little understanding we have about this body is totally false. It's an abstraction. What's going on this moment in my liver? What are the cells doing? What's going on? I have no idea at all. At best, I can understand some theoretical abstraction of what it's supposed to do and this and that. But in terms of what's going on in this moment, it's totally unknowable. So if this, what I call myself, what I identify as myself, is unknowable and beyond my control, then what of the rest of creation? And so this aggression, this control and expectation and all of this then is creating such a, like a static, like a screeching, a screaming in the background continuously. And we can never appreciate the subtle beauty, the subtle light of life dancing with that kind of screaming all the time. Well, then we miss it. We miss the magic. And so the path of yoga is very simple. Just be quiet for a moment. Because what we're looking for is not far away, somewhere else, because we'll never be anywhere else. We'll always be here. No matter how hard we try, no matter what we have or don't have, or where we go or don't go, wherever that is, we'll be here and now. And so if we don't learn how to pay attention here and now, then no matter where we are, whenever we get there, if there is such a thing as there, we'll still be reaching for the next one, and missing that which is here. And for sure, life is happening here. It's not happening anywhere else. It's not happening in the past or the future. And it's definitely not happening in our mind. So yoga is simply an invitation back to the natural flow of life, moment to moment. Coming home. Until we come home into ourselves, into this moment, then no matter what we have, we'll never feel enough. No matter how good we are, or good we do, or whatever, anything, then it will never be enough. We'll never feel satisfied. We'll never feel content. But even if we have nothing, but we're at home within ourselves, then we'll always be content. Content doesn't mean we win every time. We get our way, everything goes our way. We get old, we die. Everyone around us, everything we know will go, everything will change. Nothing stays the same. But to be at home within oneself is a deep acceptance of the flow of life. As long as we're fighting life, fighting death, fighting everything all the time, there will never be peace. It's impossible. So content, it doesn't mean like winning the lottery and we get what we want every time. This is a false happiness. This is like sugar. We eat sugar, we get high. We get what we want, we get a high, but quickly it leaves and we shoot down and we need to reach for the next object or person or place or compliment or whatever it is. Now, chasing after getting what we want is definitely not the path to happiness. It's just like an intoxication, a momentary high. But to be present, to be at home, this itself is peace, is love, is wisdom, is joy. It's not separate things. It is its strength. This is the inner strength, to be connected within ourselves, to be present in this moment. We see all around us, look at the banana tree, so present and grounded within itself, so graceful, so natural. All of life is natural. Only human being now is confused. Who am I? What should I do? Where should I go? What should I say? What should I wear? Where should I eat? Nowhere else. No other species. So we simply need to reconnect, remember this basic wisdom. Through presence, not through learning, not through other philosophy and all these titles and all this other conditions, no, but by being quiet. When we become quiet, when we become the inner quiet, not just the tongue, then naturally, then everything comes to us. The truth comes to us. No, beauty comes to us. The love comes to us. We don't have to run around like hide and go seek. Creativity comes is flowing naturally. The same the river is flowing naturally. Then life is flowing. The garden is growing naturally. Every second. And in the same way we're growing, the heart is growing, no, the mind is growing, body is growing each moment, each second, naturally. This itself is love. This itself is the strength, is power, is intelligence, no, is patient. Every moment is patient. Every moment is where it needs to be. Then we have peace. We are peace. We can't have peace. We can never have peace. We can never own peace or love or happiness. This is all control trip. And the act of controlling will automatically bring the opposite. This peace that comes from control already comes with the fear inside, with the losing it. It's already lost, really. Why do we fear losing it? Because it's already been lost. So in the silence, in the stillness, then that which remains is peace. But it has nothing to do with any idea or concept or expectation of what is peace. So this is the path of yoga, the path of freedom. It's here and now. It's not next year or 10 years from now. And there's no, what to call, it's not something that can be sold.